No one has to tell Joe Biden what's in the Constitution. He was in the room when it was written. I'm sure The Rock is a good guy and a bright guy. And that is not enough. Not enough. And frankly, the fact that he thinks he can step into the single hardest job in the world with no preparation tells me one thing for sure about his judgment.
You know, I've lived in Hollywood a long time. I love this town. The sunshine, the palm trees, the people who've never had a real job, but somehow own 3 Teslas. But lately, Hollywood has gone completely insane. Not fun insane, like Charlie Sheen. I mean delusional. Applause. Every time I watch TV, it's another celebrity telling the rest of America how to live. It's like they think the Constitution was written by a stylist. You can't buy gas without some millionaire actor reminding you how privileged you are, while they're literally on a yacht called Carbon Footprint. Laughter. These people act like because they once cried convincingly on screen, they suddenly understand geopolitics. I played a soldier in a movie, so I know about foreign policy. Really? I played beer pong in college. Doesn't make me an Olympic athlete. Laughter. Applause. Hollywood used to sell fantasy, now it sells guilt. You turn on an award show, and instead of saying, thank you, it's, I'm so sorry for my success. The Golden Globes have turned into a group therapy session for people worth $50 million. Big laugh. You know what I miss? When actors just acted. When singers just sang. Now every celebrity thinks they're Che Guevara with Botox. They make one tweet about injustice, and then post a poolside selfie captioned #grateful. Laughter. Applause. They say, we must save the planet, right before they hop on a private jet to Paris for a 2-hour photo shoot. Guys, if you're going to lecture people about climate change, maybe start by not burning more fuel than the state of Vermont. Laughter. And it's not just climate stuff. Every week, there's a new cause. One week it's Ukraine, next week it's Gaza, then save the bees, and the week after that, nobody remembers. Activism here has the shelf life of a TikTok trend. Laughter. Applause. You ever notice it's never about fixing the problem? It's about being seen fixing the problem? It's moral theater. It's like the
explain why celebrities running for high office is a recurring nightmare we cannot seem to shake. The Rock, Caitlyn Jenner, Matthew McConaughey, Randy Quaid, they all have suggested lately that when it comes to running the country, they have what it takes. And they do. Malignant narcissism.
The Oscars, but for emotions. They don't want to make change. They want applause for pretending to. Applause. And speaking of the Oscars, remember when the Oscars used to be fun? You know, glamour, excitement, maybe someone tripped on stage. Now it's 3 hours of lectures from people wearing $20,000 dresses about income inequality. That's like being scolded about portion control by the guy at the buffet. Laughter. Applause. And of course, every winner has to end their speech with, we need more representation. Great. Totally agree. But how about representing normal human beings who aren't constantly outraged? Big laugh. Here's a crazy thought. Maybe we should stop taking political advice from people who need someone to write their Instagram captions. Applause. Look, I'm not saying celebrities shouldn't care. Care all you want. Vote, donate, protest, do it. But don't act like you're a freedom fighter because you wore a ribbon. You're not Rosa Parks. You're just late to rehearsal. Laughter. Applause. And the hypocrisy. Oh, the hypocrisy is delicious. You've got these megastars telling everyone to defund the police, and then they call 911 when a paparazzi gets too close to their gate. You know who doesn't have private security? The people who actually need the police. Applause. Or the ones screaming about corporate greed from inside their Netflix deal worth $100 million. Nothing says power to the people like signing a contract with a company that makes its interns cry. Laughter. Hollywood has confused empathy with ego. They think feeling bad on camera is the same thing as making a difference. Newsflash, posting a hashtag is not activism, it's digital vanity. Applause. Remember when you used to turn on the news for politics and movies for escape? Now it's reversed. The news feels like a bad movie, and every movie feels like a campaign commercial. I watched a romantic comedy the other day. Halfway through, they stopped kissing too.
Sure, Caitlyn Jenner is a nice person, but as California governor, she would be in charge of the world's 5th largest economy, based on her qualifications of being a background character in a reality show not about her. Randy Quaid, who you will remember as Cousin Eddie in the Vacation movies and as Guy rooting through your recycling bin in real life, also says he might want to run our state. When did governing become the safety school for when the guest spots on Chicago fire?
To debate healthcare reform, laughter, applause, and every script now has to check 1,000 boxes. It's not about telling a story, it's about not offending anyone. Hollywood's terrified of getting canceled, which, by the way, would be the best thing to happen to half these people. Big laugh, applause. Because when everyone's pretending to be perfect, nothing feels real anymore. That's why audiences are tuning out. They don't want to be lectured by people whose idea of hardship is a bad table at Nobu. Laughter. Meanwhile, the rest of America is just trying to pay rent. They don't care what an actor thinks about late-stage capitalism. They care that gas costs $6. Applause. And it's not like celebrities even believe half the stuff they say. They just don't want to be the one not saying it. Hollywood has groupthink worse than high school. One person tweets something stupid, and suddenly it's the new gospel. Laughter. They all post the same message, with the same black and white selfie, and the same caption. We must do better. Who's we? You? Because you seem to be doing fine. Applause, laughter. And you know, the audience sees through it. That's why people roll their eyes when celebrities talk politics. It's not because America hates liberalism. It's because they hate lectures from people who don't live in reality. Applause. Look, I get it. It feels good to be righteous. It feels good to say, I'm on the right side of history. But here's the truth. History doesn't care what side your agent told you to pick. Big laugh, applause. So here's my advice to Hollywood. Take a breath. Step outside your bubble. Talk to someone who doesn't have a SAG card. Because real change doesn't happen at the Vanity Fair after party. Applause. You want to make the world better? Great. Start by making better movies. Movies that remind us of what connects us, not what divides us. Movies that entertain, not indoctrinate. Laughter, applause. And if T.